Good morning, August 19th.
2024. Somebody already hit this speech thing, voice thing. Showing you right away on Baby Beast. I am recording this
live stream signed into YouTube as DougBetts Pilot, which is not a paid YouTube membership. So it's now on it looks like commercial 2. And it's still going. And I'm recording that with the snipping tool up at the top. Let's see, I'll point with my mouth right up here at the top. You see I've got the snipping tool recording that so that after the show I can stop that recording and I'll have a record of when the commercials are appearing in a non-prime YouTube show. And then I want to compare them with where YouTube says they are placed, because you can go edit any prior video and see where YouTube has those commercial breaks if you're monetized.
John Williams said, "Hello, Doug."
Hello, John. So I see Rand Israel saying helium much. I didn't even look to see what voice that you gave me. Adult to children voice triggered by Rand Israel. I'm wondering. Voice mod is on thin ice with me. When I've gone back and listened to them, and I put in a whole bunch of other voices, and I recorded them and listened back to them, and I don't know. A lot of them just don't have very good diction at all and can't understand as well. A lot of times their consonants aren't very good. So here I'm kind of stalling a little bit till that Victor's done, because what I did on the other voice mods that I selected was I picked ones that actually have more of a human. There's Uncle and Chief, Trader Guy, but more down here. Creepy Dog, No Drama Man, Corinne, Announcer Bob, Haley, Mr. X, Joe, Blake, Jennifer, Agatha, Vicky, Marcus, Random Human, Alice, Cameron, Chad, Jackie, Jeff, Matt, Karen, Claudia, Daniel, Dean, Stephanie. And then I was thinking, well, maybe I can figure out how to let you select one. Like if you know there's a voice called Karen that you could do, for instance, maybe a exclamation mark voice space Karen and get the Karen voice. Maybe. I don't know if it's worth trying to figure that out. But voice mod is on thin ice with me. And I see somebody mentioning Ken. Mr. X is Ken. No. Best wishes to Ken for a speedy recovery. I'm aware you're not feeling well, or he's not feeling well. You're not feeling well if he's watching. He's not feeling well if he's not watching. All right. Did I say what day it is? August 19th, 2024 on a Monday. Had to fix the trailer this morning. Let me go see what I have lined up. I have some channel comments. Tim Sal, this was 2 days ago, a little over 2 days ago, where he said that he's worked on triple screen laptops. And I thought, what? Really? Triple screen laptops. So here's all I found about that. And I'm going to be interested to see if Tim Sowell can confirm this. Here's some triple screen laptops. However, these appear to be add-ons. See this? Let's go look at this one here. So I'm wondering if the one that Tim worked on was an add-on. So you got this thing that wraps around your laptop, and it's not actually built into the laptop. So I'm curious about that. Tim, the triple screens you worked on, were they actually, see here, triple monitor for laptop, $164.99. Well, that's just two screens, probably. Imagine it's the left and the right screen, and you use your laptop screen as the middle screen. Then let's come back here. So I'd be interested to get an response from Tim on that. Tetra Studios, when I replied to his comment some time ago, explaining why that client didn't have a mouse to test with their laptop. He replied back to my reply. I'm not going to send him a reply stamp for that one. Random Tour says, wow, that is amazing. In response to the video, how to fix Gmail reverse conversation order. I might redo that video again. It's come to my attention that perhaps some of these green videos that I do have out there that keep getting more views, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should refresh those videos and do them again so they're not so old. And I have some things lined up in my email folder. See, Jim said, first voice out of the gate, and I thought I was listening to the Wizard of Oz. Zavi Manor sent me an email. Yes, I can show this email. Interesting and beautifully presented. I watched this right away, Zavi. Thank you for sending that. I found it very interesting, although I have a couple points to make about it, or issues, things I was disappointed with. I don't really knock them for this because I understand why they had to do it this way, but this is really a very beautifully presented video about the manufacturing process for CPUs. Well, it took a long time to find out what CPUs they were using in this factory, because they were giving all these numbers about how many this and how many that are there. And I said, well, it's going to be different for the different models of CPU. Well, they did wind up saying that they were i3, i5, i7, i9, 13th gen. So that I wish they would have got that earlier, so I wasn't wondering about that all along. Just a little critique, not a complaint. But then another piece of it, I guess I'll let that run a little longer instead of looking at me. Another thing that I was disappointed with, that I realized way in the beginning, I thought, oh, this whole video is going to be all CGI, not any actual footage in one of these manufacturing facilities. Well, they explain that later in the video, saying that these manufacturing facilities are extremely private and they will not reveal anything about how things are done. And they explained that they compiled all this all this content from information they found on the internet. They did not claim that they even spoke with anybody who works in one of these manufacturing plants. They didn't say that they spoke to any engineers. They researched the information and they made up all the CGI about what the inside of one of these manufacturing facilities, how it operates, what it looks like. Okay, I would have appreciated that being just put out on the table towards the beginning. Still very, very fascinating video. Selden Ball has a skippable ad showing. And then it seems like there was another thing. Okay, so they didn't actually go into any facilities. This is all their imagination of what one of these facilities looks like. It's all CGI, but it's all from information that they found on the internet about how this is done. Hello, Chris. And they have a bunch of other videos. I'm don't know how much of their other videos are similarly only CGI from research that they've done and not actual research from the real world. But for these CPU constructions, I buy it that they can't. Or at least that's what they said. They can't. Did they really try? I'm thinking they probably did try and they can't. All right. So thank you for that, Zvi. I did find that very interesting and I appreciated it.
Chris Garrett said, I saw an ad on Facebook. Dell's giving away free laptops. Ha ha, what a scam.
Okay. What, you don't believe what you read on the internet? Come on, Chris. Come on. Doubting Thomas. Doubting Chris. Oh, this next one. Oh, let me go for this one first.
Zvi Mana said I added a link.
Added a link. Did you put a link in chat? Did you? Oh, you gave them a link. Maybe is that a link to that video? Thank you, because I didn't think to do that, did I? Let's see if that goes to that same one.
Jim KJ3N said, if it's on the internet, it must be true.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
affirmative.
Believe every word of it. Thank you, Zvi. But then now let's go to this next thing I was going to bring up. This is an email that just came in this morning. Yeah, this qualifies as this morning, 12:27 a.m. from Zoom. Zoom is simplifying AI companion enablement for pro users. I actually read through this. I thought, whoa, I'm not sure I want this. Down here it says prior to September 19th, 2024. Okay, that's today. Today is prior to that date. You can opt out. After that date, you cannot opt out of Zoom automatically enabling AI companion features to keep your current account setting as default off. So any of yous out there that want it's only for the paid Zoom account. If you don't want them automatically enabling AI companion, then you need to do this before September 19th. Click on this link right here. And I'm going to do that in a moment so you see what it looks like. Zoom is committed to responsible AI and the values of privacy and security of your data.
Manner said low volume to speaker bot voice.
I will turn that up. Okay, I turned that all the way up to the top. Let's see how the next one comes. Is that really important? Well, actually, this is kind of a halfway thing. Today, there are 2 manual steps required to turn on AI Companion. Starting September 19th, which is the day after this prior date, we will remove one of those steps by auto-enabling AI Companion on your behalf, making this a one-step process where, as a meeting host, you will still need to manually turn on AI Companion features in meetings. So it's a 2-step thing. What does it do? What does AI Companion do? Glad you asked that. It can help you summarize meetings, ask in-meeting questions, generate smart recordings, and streamline your collaboration across Zoom Team, Chat, Zoom Whiteboard, and more. In order to do those things, they're going to have to be listening to your meetings and processing the content of that meeting through their AI. I don't worry so much about that, but what I don't want, the reason why I don't want this to happen is because I'm not interested in any of those things, and I'm concerned that that's going to make my computer do more stuff, be busy doing stuff in the background. So here's what opt-out looks like. I have not clicked this yet. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going to take that off screen when I click. Check to be sure that it's okay for me to show this. And yeah, it just took me into a setting page on my Zoom account on the web. So you probably can't do this in the Zoom app on your computer. And here's a do not enable. Beginning September 20th, Zoom will automatically enable AI companion features for your account. To keep the current feature settings, you can select do not auto enable prior to this date. So I'm clicking on here, not this one. This one enables it, I think. Looks like it enables it. So I'm going to say do not enable. Yeah, there we go. So then if I want to enable it, I have to manually enable it. I'd rather do that later if I choose to do it. So just giving you a heads up for anyone else who's going to be wanting to do that. I'm not sure if anyone tested the speaker bot volume since Zvi asked. No, they haven't. Moving on to my next one. My next one is a lesson in working with normals. Some of you are amateur technicians, some of you are pro technicians. Some of you just like watching.
Wintermute said volume test.
Okay, I'll
John
look.
Williams said good morning.
Yeah, it's just almost bouncing into the yellow. Not quite. So if I need to turn it up some more, I'll do that in SpeakerBot itself. So yeah, this is,
Keith said, that's better.
oh yeah, that's bouncing halfway into the yellow for that one. And the different voices, some of them will be louder than others. So I think we'll stick with that. So lessons in working with normals. There's something else, doing things with, that sounds familiar to something else. I can't place why that seems like it's a meme for something else. But anyway, working with normals. As an amateur technician, as a professional technician, we work with normals where normals are telling us about an issue that they're having. So I had a client who called. You've seen him. He's been on this show. His name is Chuck. He's been on. In fact, he's on one of the one of the bumpers that plays at the beginning of the show with all the different people. He complains about pop-ups. He's the one that has pop-ups. And so he called me because he got his new mini computer in, and he's working on setting up his new mini computer. And he says, I need something to connect the VGA port, and he knew the word VGA, from the monitor to the computer. And he threw in the word HDMI. I said, well, yeah, what I prefer to do is buy a cable that has VGA on one side and HDMI on the other. Because he was first saying, how do I connect the VGA port on the monitor to the computer? There's no VGA port on the computer. And there's only an HDMI. So anyway, we go into Amazon and we look for cables. And he says, well, I want a shorter one because I have it mounted on the back of the monitor. And so we look a little more and find a 1 foot long HDMI to VGA. And he said, and he's looking at the ends and he says, okay, well, I can plug that into the monitor, but how do I plug that into the computer? There's only one HDMI port on the computer. Well, yeah, you plug it into that HDMI port, but there's already an HDMI cable plugged into that port. Where does that cable go to? Well, it goes to the HDMI port on the monitor. We lovingly make fun of normals. Okay? Chuck's a good friend. I like him very much. He's a smart guy in the areas that he works in. He already had his computer connected by HDMI cable to the HDMI port on the monitor. No, Chuck, you don't need to connect anything to the VGA port. It'll work just off of HDMI. That's fine. Okay. You need to be able to respond to normals without making them feel stupid or dumb or that you're looking down at them. You gotta. This is my thing. I say you should develop the skill to be able to talk to them and respond to them in such a way that they don't feel like an idiot. They will. They'll handle that on their own. But that was a story I needed to relate to you. Muggles, Rand Israel, talking about Muggles from Harry Potter. I listened to all of the Harry Potter audiobooks just a few months ago. Before that, never had. So I'm up to snuff on Harry Potter. Okay, that's everything that I had lined up. There are some other topics that floated through my little brain, but I'm going to go back to chat.
Chris Garrett said Wonka Wonka Wonka.
Now that's from Willy Wonka, right?
John Williams said more cables makes a better refresh rate.
Yeah, there you go. That's a reason to put VGA on. Yeah, Wintermute here with, looks like the trailer blocked again, blocked in the country. Oh, I need to go show that. I don't even know if Ken Stout is watching. Hopefully he's resting. But I want to show what happened for that. This is the first time I've seen this. Because I checked on this. Let's see. Let's see if I filter these for Monday. There should be, yeah, there's 3 of them. My old Monday trailer. And then I changed the title on this one. This one is blocked. I don't know if it's just California. I know Brian's California. I'm not sure. Wintermute, are you in California? But anyway, this is the first time that I've seen partially blocked and ineligible and partially blocked. That includes any place in the USA. As far as I know, when I've seen partially blocked, it's been in other countries. So that was a new thing. When I upload something and it tells me it's ineligible due to copyright, but it doesn't say block, I think it's going to work. North Carolina for Wintermute. Okay. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show. Traders Fix. Rain Israel, that's a reference to the trader. Oh, and you know what? I don't think I put the right shareable link. I don't think I put the right link. I don't think I fixed the link in the show notes. Come over here and edit. Change the link for the trader. It ends with IP just. Yeah, this is a different link to get my intro. If I left the other link in there, that would have just taken you straight. No, that would have taken you straight to my uploaded version of that video, which would not have played for you. Or, yeah, that's right. The person speaking on the trader sounds like somebody who's been incarcerated for 20 years, 20 plus years. Brian, now this one I did not get. I did not get this. Brian, you got me stumped here. I listened to Doug's revised trader comments, which would be my intro to the featured video, music video. This is what I learned. Look out for number 1, but don't step in number 2. I've number 1 and number 2 sounds like an obvious reference to a 10-year-old's bathroom humor. But I don't understand how that connects to my intro to the trailer at all. So I think there's something there I'm missing. Look out. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Totally blew over my head. Maybe that's just all it is. And there's nothing more clever to it. Mike Wojcik, hello, Selden Balls, E Minor. Let's see, what's Wintermute saying at the bottom there? There is a restore previous folder Windows at logon option and file. Oh, he's talking to Lawn Dog. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm reading somebody else's messages. DougBot, skip over those.
Chris Garrett said don't step in cow patties when you visit the farm.
Yeah, but how's that related to my introduction to that music video? That's what I don't get. In order to watch Doug's trailers, you must enter any 11-digit prime number to continue, or press 13 to continue. F3, not 13. Press F13. There is no F13 on the keyboard. He's just trying to stress me. I know. I hope you feel better, Rick. What does, just looking over at Baby Beast, and Baby Beast doesn't have a commercial right now. Hello, Alice, John Williams, Rick Lakes, Brian Lightfoot. I think I got everyone. Mr. X is Ken. No. That's obvious. That's Elon Musk. I think everybody recognized that, or intended to be. Oh, okay. How about I just go give you Elon Musk? I'm not going to do the political candidates, not intentionally anyway. Where was he at? Here. Because I think if I click on that, does that, I think that automatically starts.
Voice. Yeah. So, but it's not showing up in chat because this wasn't triggered by speaker. And then I got to go back up here to clean.
To take that off. So now I should be clean again. So that's what they think Elon Musk. I'm just going to say it. Yeah, that's Elon Musk. Tech Potato has toured the Intel fabs, but he had to suit up in a clean room. Yeah, I would expect that. So this person, Tech Potato, toured, but were they able to talk about it or show any video? Tech Potato. I don't even know the name. And if I do search for fab, or should I do fabs? Yeah, okay, so here's where he's talking about it. I'll put in a link to that in case anyone else is interested in going to check that out. Oh, I can't. This thing's jumping around on me every time I'm fall behind. I'm going to kind of scan through. I don't have any redirects today. I did not even look. I had the day off today from looking to see if there's any redirects because I know Carrie Holzman has members only. I cannot, it's not possible for me to redirect to that. And I know that Ken Stout's not going to do a live stream this morning or do anything this morning because he's sick, sicker than a dog. Thank you, COVID. Yes, you can say the word COVID. Thank you, COVID. Now, I'm not saying that Ken has it. I'm saying thank you, COVID, because I haven't had a single sick day since COVID hit. That's because I've restricted my life and I don't go to large crowds. There's places where I still wear a mask. I see you, Greg M. There's lithography. Yesterday he turned off his members only chat for a while. A lot of people started chatting that were not members. It was good to see some of those names. I'll read through these more later. I've got a 10 o'clock obligation, so I'm going to shut down on time. Yeah,
Read
we've
chat,
heard you
please.
say that before. Yeah, if there's anything you need me to read, direct my attention to it just the way Zavi did. That is absolute greatest benefit from SpeakerBot. So Zavi Minor, I'm going to use a search to find it since it wasn't right there. I'll go up arrow to get to the bottom. It's important to understand that all types of processors from the same series are created on the same silicon wafer. Only a test defines what it will be. I9957. Absolutely. Thank you thank you so much. Actually, I had the idea when you heard my voice started getting elevated, it's because I remembered this other thing that I wanted to say that I caught in that video that I don't think I knew at all. The difference between i9, i7, they are manufactured on the same chip. In this video that Zavi gave me and I showed at the beginning, or he put the link in, it said that this about 3/4 of the way through the video. Yeah, they're all made on the same silicon and then they're tested. The chips that don't test well enough to be i9, they're maybe going to be i7. If they don't test well enough to be i7, then they will be packaged as i5. If they're not good enough to be packaged as to test as i5, then they'll be packaged as i3. If they don't perform well enough to qualify for i3, then they're rejected, discarded, and they are not separate manufacturing runs or processes or equipment. It's all the same equipment, the same materials. The only thing that makes the difference between them is is the silicon lottery, just how well it tests. How the silicon lottery and the perfection of the manufacturing processes. If there was any impurity that escaped all the filters and the cleaning processes. But it's fascinating, I think, to really point out here that even with all of this massive clean room and this massive amount of processes involved to make a CPU, it's just luck of the draw as to how much of it is going to be usable. That was fascinating to me.
Zvimanner said if not i3, they will be maybe N or G or Celeron.
Oh, okay. I presume that NG and Celeron were different form factor chip. Because this video did not say that they could be N or G or Celeron. I assume those were different size chips. Now, if you've built computers with those chips, then you would know differently. So, Doug, can you explain me form of the alien technology that can grab the microchip of the processor and the silicon wafer and test it within seconds to determine its viability? Watch the video. It shows they show their CGI representation of the testing, and it looks to me like the testing is done while there's still, I don't remember how many chips were on each silicon round wafer. You got a wafer of silicon that's large. Maybe it's this large, to have like 80 chips on a wafer. And I think they're actually tested while they're still on that wafer. Can I explain? No. He did. That was his question. Can you explain? That's the question mark. Can you explain? No, I cannot. How they do it so quickly. It's all odd. And it's not all that quick. Any particular CPU takes, I think it was months from the first process.
Zvimanor said 230 chips.
230 chips in one of those round wafers. Chips, I know. 230 chips on one wafer. Well, the first level of that, and I'm calling it wafer, 3 months.
Zvimanner said 3 months.
The first part of that, I don't know if it takes hours or what, but it finishes that process. Then the whole wafer is moved to another machine, and they do the next level. And another machine, they do the next thing. It takes 3 months for that to go through. How long does it take to do the testing? It doesn't have to be fast. This is not a fast process. Yeah, it was very fascinating. But does that help me in responding to my next client's issue? Does that help me in my billables? Does that even help me with somebody who comes to this channel and asks for help with a problem that they're having with their computer? No. So there's a limit to how much time I'm going to go down that squirrel hole chasing a rabbit. Squirrel holes and rabbit. Okay. Brian Lightfoot is defeated. Oh, I haven't shown that email that you sent to me yet, Brian. I'm wanting to show it because you did very clever right up there. I'm intending to show that. Looking at the buttons, I've already turned off bot issues. Wabbit. That's right, Rand. Wabbit. You can watch this video to see how to get free support from me through this YouTube channel. You can watch this video to see how to get paid support directly from me in private sessions. You can watch this video. You like how I did that wave thing? To improve your turbo whatever. And this one is another video. Have a great Monday, everybody. Goodbye.